Behind the fence, off turn 1 at Williams Grove. Track got a lot of rain last night, so it's like going back in time for me. It's a throwback. I mean, how many tracks these days still have the old steel rail fence around them? Not too many. I mean, I know there's some, but back in the day they all had the fences around them. And this one still does. I think that's cool. That's interesting to me. It reminds me of just as it was when I was here back in the low 1970s. And for all the rain last night, let's put some more on it. Up on the bridge, on the backstretch, and yeah, look at the long straightaways and tight corners. You know what it reminds me of? It's relatively flat. To me, it's like the Martinsville, Virginia track, except it's dirt. Long straightaways, tight corners, like a paperclip. We're in. Let's do this. Brad Sweet, how does Williams Grove suit your style? The long straightaways, the hair clip corners?
It's not my favorite.
No?
Yeah, I don't feel like this track really races that good because the straightaways are too long and creates a lot of dirty air. So it's like the track really has to be perfect to create any passing, but luckily I've been able to get a couple wins here in the last couple years, and key is definitely to start up front. So hopefully we have a good night with our Napa Auto Parts car tonight.
First of all, Donny, I just wanted to congratulate you on an outstanding career. I know it's ongoing. 10-time World of Outlaw champion, your most recent King's Royal victory. Feel like you're working with a little momentum?
Well, that's hard to say. You know, the King's Royal was definitely a different night. You know, we had some pretty consistent results throughout the week. We were 7th the first couple nights, and with the car count that was there, that was respectable. We kept building on the week, trying things, and finally, you know, pulled out a car and motor that we really got going good, and you know, was kind of built for all those conditions. So you know, we didn't have such a great run last night at BAPS. You know, the night before we got qualified well. Last night the track was a lot slicker, where we seemed to struggle a little bit more. So I wouldn't say it's momentum. You know, at this point, after 28 years, you know what you're capable of, you know what you're not capable of, and you just got to keep working towards the things that have gotten you where you are, and that's kind of where we're at.
Well, how about Williams Grove, the long straightaways, the tight corners? Is this a track that suits your style, or where are you at on this place?
We've had probably some of the best results here that we've had anywhere over the last 3 years, you know, with our engine program. So obviously we're gonna you know, look back at notes here and see where we're at. This is one of our best motors for a place like this, just like it was at Eldora. So all you can do until you get on the racetrack and see what the conditions are like is, you know, go off those old notes and just make educated guesses from your notes. And you know, we've had, like I said, we've had respectable finishes here. We've been pretty decently consistent, so hopefully we can have a great result tonight, try to get a win, and get ourselves going in the right direction.
And finally, do you still get jazzed up over racing like you once did 20-25 years ago? How much longer is this going to go for you? Is there a plan outside of racing?
I've had stuff outside of racing for the last 15 plus years, so you know, I have a very good life at home and plenty of other things to do, but the racing's what I always set out to do and what I wanted to do. It's been my love. How long am I going to do it? I don't know. That just depends on whether it's something that continues to be fun or it's not. The last couple of years haven't been the most fun, but you know, it might be out of my hands. You know, you just never know when your time is right. I guess I might get in the car one night and say, enough's enough. Or that may never happen. You just never know. So I try not to think about those things. I guess when the time's right, I'll know, and then I'll make a decision.
Appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. How challenging is Williams Grove Speedway?
Well, if your car's working good, it's not too challenging. You're trying to figure it out, which would seem like the last few times here we've been, so it's a little challenging for us right now.
Yeah.
Lately we've had trouble pushing, coming off the corner, qualifying, we're not up front. Once we get in the race, we're all right, we're too far back.
Did he share any of that $1 million with you?
Well, no, I shared it with him.
You shared with him?
He
Okay.
drives for me, so yeah, he gets half the money.
Nice.
But I'm lucky. I get to spend it all in the race car, and I'll have no taxes. He'll
Yeah.
have a bunch of taxes.
Yeah. Oh God, I forgot about the tax man. But you're from where originally?
Miami, Florida.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I came up here when I was about 21, 22.
Really?
And then I go back home, and then I started staying here about 26 years old.
Yeah. So does that mean
cold
you?
up here.
It's too cold. Not today. It's not.
No, it's too hot now.
Listen,
It's hot.
congratulations on the huge win.
Yes,
the
yes.
biggest win in sprint car history.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that was so cool.
No, it'll feel good when I get the money. We ain't got the
Yeah.
money yet.
Oh,
Yeah, even
okay.
the Outlaws, when you win with them, you get your money a week from them, but it's direct deposit. The All-Stars mail you a check.
Yeah, I got you. Well, congratulations. That was super cool to see that.
It was.
I bet your cell phone blew up after that, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It had a lot of things on it.
Yeah, I'll bet. Thanks for your time. I appreciate you.
All right, you were past 30 seconds, but that's okay.
You got $1 million I can borrow?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Got a lot of loans I'm giving out, sounds like.
Congrats. Are you getting tired of hearing the congratulations yet?
Nah, it's
No.
awesome, especially when you come back home right afterwards. So
Yeah.
a lot of fans are happy for us, congratulating us. So it feels good.
Did your phone like blow up after that?
Yeah, it took me about 3 days to kind of get back there, but I still haven't. It's some phone calls. I haven't even got on social media yet, so there's a lot
that'll
missed
take you a
on
year
there,
to catch up.
Yeah, that'll take a long time. So just send out a thank you post for everybody that sent something to me.
Was there a celebration in between there and here?
Yeah, we haven't had time to at all. These guys are probably worn out. It's been like a speed week. We've been either traveling, we switch cars in between then, changing engines, racing every other day. So it's, no, we haven't really had a chance to really stop and celebrate. This week we'll probably be able to take everybody out to eat or do something that we're all hanging out. We can kind of celebrate a little bit.
So you've got 30 plus World of Outlaw wins. I know you have local victories here at the Grove, Sealings Grove, probably Lincoln, Vaps, all over the place. Does that give you any kind of a home field advantage here? Is that even a thing with the Outlaws?
No, I don't think so. It's Pennsylvania's been probably one of the toughest places on me since I've been running the Outlaws. We've seen to have some success throughout the country, but when we come back home, it seems a little tough on us. So hopefully we can pick off our first World of Outlaw win here at Williams Grove. That'd be really nice to do this weekend.
Yeah, as a grandson of Bobby Allen, is there a responsibility to hold up that name up there? Or do you feel any pressure with it? Or?
No, not really. I mean,
No.
I get to race with him. I'm fortunate enough to do that he's able to be here. We can race together, try to figure out Jacob and myself, our team. But not really. I know he's a legend in our sport, and I'm very proud that he's my grandfather and he's taught me all that he's taught me. But no, not really.
Yeah. And finally, we're 30 miles away from the most hallowed ground in America, Gettysburg. Is that a thing for you locals? Do you ever go there? Do you care?
My grandparents actually live in Lake Heritage in Gettysburg.
Okay. Have you been to the
for a while.
battlefield?
Yeah, I've been there a bunch of times. Lots as a kid. Not recently, but there's a lot of cool museums and stuff up there if you're into that. So I always like history and checking that stuff out. But yeah, there's a lot of really scenic, cool. Go check out Devil's Den, all the different battlefields.
That's
and all
tomorrow
that stuff.
for me.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area.
Definitely.
And a beautiful place. Listen, thanks for your time. I appreciate you. Congratulations on the $1 million victory at Eldora.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So it wouldn't be a show on Williams Grove if you didn't squeeze in a Rahmer in the lineup. You're a second generation racer or third?
Third. My dad's father also raced late models, and probably late models modifieds. They were considered at Grandview, and Mahoning Rally is a asphalt track up near Poconos, and a couple other places he ran also. And my mom's side, the Rios, my Frank Rio, my pop-up always owned race cars.
So it's on both sides of the family.
Yeah, definitely.
That's interesting. So what's your season schedule look like? You stay fairly local, do you? Williams Grove, Port Royal, Lincoln, Baps?
Pretty much. We run around pretty much any race around here. Williams Grove on Friday, Lincoln on Saturday typically. and then you got Susky to go to, Port Royal, Williams Grove, Hagerstown during Speed Week, Grandview, usually 2-3 times a year. We got rained out for Speed Week. We go there Tuesday for the high limit race. Pretty much all just around here. I work a real job, and
what is it? What do you do? I
went to school for engineering, but I'm the engineer, and it's a smaller place, so help assemble conveyors, fabricate stuff like that. It's a custom stainless steel fabrication shop for a lot of food plant processing places, and they actually help there. They help with the race car and stuff. We sell steel paint, so it's on the front wing and stuff like that. So that's really good. And we travel a little bit. We haven't yet this year. Maybe before the end of the year, we might go to a couple places. We'll see.
I know you're running tonight with the World of Outlaws, the best sprint car tour in the world. Do you have any kind of home field advantage at all? Do you feel like that?
Maybe a little bit, but these guys are so good and stuff. It doesn't matter. They a little bit, but you know, sometimes it's better to not run somewhere all the time, then you don't get stuck doing the same thing all the time. So it's kind of a little, but this place is so unique compared to a lot of other tracks in the country, so that helps. But
and what makes it so unique?
I guess the shape of it and the tight corners with long straightaways. I would say later in the night is when it comes into play more, because certain places of the track have moisture that you got to hit really good and be patient. But early in the night, these guys qualify really good and are great racers. So it's pretty much, and they race here 8 or 9 times this season. So it ain't their first rodeo. They're right in the hunt. So.
I gotcha. Listen, thanks for your time, Freddie. Appreciate you. Wishing you all the best tonight.
Yep, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Start 11th in the feature, right?
Probably. I don't know.
There's 3 threes.
So cool to see you, Fred Rahmer. You're looking good. How you feeling?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Just old and fat.
Are you are officially retired? Yes.
Oh yeah, for quite a while now.
Yeah, since what? I think your son said 2013, maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't ever get the urge to climb back in?
Not so much.
No.
No, I have not.
How's your son doing?
Pretty good. We'll see. If we time good, we'll be okay tonight. That's the whole key. So we'll see. But he's having a pretty good year. Can always do better, but could be a lot worse.
Gotcha. It's good to see you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Won 7 championships here, probably 6 at Port Royal, 1 at Lincoln, and probably somewhere else too. Do you feel like you have a home field advantage here?
Well, we always have a home field advantage sometimes here, but you know, the Outlaws are really good. You know, we know how to get around this place, especially when it gets slick, but you know, those guys are really good here too. So, and there's a lot of them have a lot of wins here.
Well, didn't you win a World of Outlaw feature here recently?
Last year I won.
Last year,
2 or 3 of them last year.
Really?
So, yeah.
Does that make you the oldest World of Outlaw winner in history?
I think they said that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. What are you, 57 now?
57 right now.
Do you still have the same energy for this industry as you once did? I don't know, 30 years ago?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have the energy to do it. I just don't have the energy to do it 80 times a year now. So I mean, that's the difference. You know what I mean? So our race schedule suits all of us involved with this team. So.
How much longer do you think you can go, or do you want to go?
I don't know. We take one race at a time. We really haven't thought about that much.
We're about 30 miles from one of the most hallowed grounds in America, Gettysburg. Do you ever go there? Does it interest you? Have you been there?
Oh, I've been there. I only live like about 20 miles from there. So, yeah, I've been there plenty of times when I was younger. Yeah, it's been a long time as far as like I've been there for the Battlefields, but we go over there, that area a good bit.
How challenging is this track?
Very challenging. It's one of the toughest racetracks in the country to run right.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. The long straightaways and tight corners. Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. So you are, if I have it right, the youngest World of Outlaw winner in history.
Yep.
And it happened right here at Williams Grove. Are you pretty jazzed to be back? Apparently this place suits your style?
Yeah, it seems like forever ago. Honestly, this is really hard place to pass and a hard place to race on. So you got to time good and draw a good pill on the dash. So hopefully the track dries out. It rained a lot overnight last night, so we'll see what we get. But yeah, it's just like any other track.
Yeah, I've heard how hard this place is. Is it the long straightaways, tight corner thing?
Yeah, just the uniqueness of the racetrack. It's narrow, having a fence on the inside and the outside. There's not really much room to get away from trouble, which makes it easy to get caught up in crashes too. So like I said, if you have a good race car, it makes your life a lot easier here.
So how'd you get the name Hot Sauce?
My dad had all kinds of goofy nicknames for me when I was younger, and that one stuck. So yeah, it definitely stuck.
Yeah. So I saw you have an ARCA win somewhere?
Yeah, in Roseville, California, up in Northern California.
So the ARCA West
yeah,
tour?
ARCA West Series, yep.
Any aspirations of climbing back in a stock car?
Never.
No.
Not never again.
Really? Why is that?
This is where I want to be. It's like watching paint dry, man. This is a lot more fun.
Yeah. What famous racing family is from your town, Fresno, California?
There's actually quite a few. The Tarleton family is from Fresno. Dennis Roth is from Fresno. Two huge sprint car owners that are from Fresno, California. A lot of Californians, but those are probably the two biggest ones out of Fresno.
Oh, wait a minute. You didn't include the name Vukovic.
Oh, yeah, that's before my time, but yes.
You failed the test,
Definitely,
mister.
I know.
Two-time Indy 500 winner, Bill
Yep.
Vukovic.
Yep.
Yeah. You get back to Fresno very much?
You know, my brother had his second kid back in April, so I try to go back as much as I possibly can, but, you know, as busy as our schedules are, it is kind of tough.
Yeah.
So.
Do you get nervous when you race?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Okay.
I get nervous.
All right, you're
not nervous. You're not worried about it. So
you're fairly normal as far as
Definitely.
I can tell. Okay, thank you
Thanks,
for your
man.
time. I appreciate you.
No worries. See you, man.
Yes, sir. So I haven't been back to Williams Grove since 1973. So this is really, really special. And all these little things I remember as a kid start coming back, like this tunnel. I remember walking through this tunnel as a little itty bitty kid. It's all coming back. Listen, congratulations on your win last night. You feel like you're carrying some momentum into tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Winning in Central PA feels good. We'll definitely want to get a win here at Williams Grove. Haven't had this two-car victory lane here, so that's definitely a big goal of mine. And hopefully I get back to, kind of dominating this place or being, on the podium about every time I come. So really looking forward to having 2 nights here and, try to chase the National Open later in the year.
But to win tonight, you have to start up front, right, to be in clean air?
I mean, you got to start close to the front at Williams Grove for sure.
Yeah.
It's not a place you could come from deep and win. And it's hard to come from deep anywhere and win nowadays.
Sure.
So here's even more important. So typically you want to start in the first 2 rows for sure.
How challenging is this track? It looks really hard to me, the long straightaways and the tight corners.
Yeah, I mean, it's a unique shape. It's just a one-of-a-kind place, and everybody knows that. So it's a lot of mental as well. So it's a place that I don't mind coming to, and just attack it every time we're here and try to run the best I can every night.
Finally, help me understand how hard it is to win a World of Outlaw main event.
Yeah, it's obviously hard. You got to do everything right. If you make a mistake while leading, you're probably getting passed. Where if it's an all-star show or a local show, that probably doesn't happen. You can get away with probably a couple mistakes, but typically at an outlaw show, mistakes are paid for, that's for sure.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You been pushing sprint cars?
Maybe 7, 8 years.
Yeah. Is there a trick to it, or is there anything to it, or
Keep it in front of you.
keep it because they turn left like on a dime, but you can't. Correct.
You just keep them in front of you. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, it's it keeps me involved, and it's a little better than the difference between this and taking pictures is when I'm done with this, I go home and go to bed.
Right. Now, when you're pushing sprint cars, you bring your own equipment, right?
Yeah, I mean, the truck.
Sure. And did you build the front bumper, that big cow pusher on the front?
Yeah, that was on my other one that I wore out.
Yeah. And do you burn your own gas doing it?
Oh yeah.
And do you get paid anything?
No.
No. It's just a hobby. It's for the fun of it.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's a cool hobby. It really is. I mean,
Yeah.
how many people push sprint cars?
Sometimes you get people say, well, you get in for free. Yeah, I'm burning my gas. I'm wearing out my truck.
The backstretch, space for the backstretch, bring them around, line them up.
Here we go. Who are we pushing? The 27 car. Do you know who that is? That's okay if you don't. Wow. Pushing sprint cars at Williams Grove Speedway.
I'm telling them right now, you move with face truck. Come on.
Look at all these people. Unreal. Look at this. Sunset. It's a beautiful night.
And it's like the left front is up. You know what I'm saying? Because it like snap rotates and then it gets tight and it's like bombing the whole time. It's just after I get past it, I hit the apex, it wants to snap, and then it like once I catch it, it's, you know what I mean? And it all just feels like it's because this is tough.
Yeah, I can't say. I mean, it's definitely fun to race here. I just don't know how much fun I have because I struggle immensely here. But I'm having a lot of fun tonight. The car's really good. The motor's
Yeah, got one.
Way slicker than it was. It's got some junk piled over there, but then the actually the stuff.
Yeah, like they let the fans come through the fins. Like I wondered like if that ever happened when I was trying to. It's like they had a bird that was coming from the.
Thanks, Williams Grove. Until next time. Going to Gettysburg. Another 12 miler today. Still rocking it.